Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Join us here on our live stream watching this final game about to take place at Toa Payoh Stadium, Singapore for the pre-SEA Games Tune-Up 2023. We are definitely excited to wait for this match to start, but before that, we would like to walk you through what just happened in the games before. Ming, what do you make of the game that happened right before this, the match between the Malaysia Tigers and the
Thailand Snipers?
Oh man,
that was a great game, man. For as a Malaysian, that was the hardest I've seen the Harimau Malaysian team play. Like everyone as well, all together, and I love that intensity. Coach Trace Young has got to find a way to keep that up. And you know, the scouting, the analysis of the Thailand team done by the Malaysian assistant coaches must have had an effect there, as you know, it kept Malaysia in the game all throughout. You know, when to use the high pressing system, when how to force this player here or how to force this player there. It's been an impressive day for the Harimau Malaysia team, and they just lacked that little bit there, which allowed the Thailand Snipers to get the win.
I love how the Malaysia has kind of shown a different kind of image compared to last season. Much more like what you say, they're playing a much high intensity defensive style kind of basketball. Right now, we're going to switch up the focus on the two teams that's about to take place on center court. We are forced to lean on one side. You know, for me, I like to stay as much neutral as I possibly can, but you just can't deny the high scoring action from this Indonesia elite team that's being put up against on our screen that you can see right now. Priscilla Karen, the player of the game from the previous match. What a monstrous game that she had yesterday.
Yeah, you know, she had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals yesterday against the Malaysia team, surprisingly. But it's not how many points she scored, it's when she scored the points. She took over down the stretch for the Indonesian elite team. And Priscilla Karen is going to play tonight and strut her stuff against the Singapore Lions.
She's going to use that experience to try and lead this team. You know, a lot of people will always come to the comment section saying that, hey, why is Priscilla Karen in the national team lineup? She's overweight. She's too small to play the 5 spot. But yesterday, she proved every haters wrong. She put up monstrous number and showed exactly what she is worth to this team. And also, losing a ton of weight coming into this season. So when you see Priscilla Karen for the very first time this season, you're gonna see, who is that player? But that is indeed Priscilla.
Yeah, I like her game there, you know, just as you put it perfectly in one of the games prior to this, a guard trapped in a big's body. You know, we don't have a lot of that, we don't have a lot of examples of that in the NBA, but Priscilla Karen, you can see her working in the post, and she's just so smooth on those post moves, man.
Cameras focus up on one of the players that haven't got any playtime. Namira is going to be the sole dribbler, I believe, for the Indonesia elite team. And then focus back on to the Singapore team that is wearing the black warm-up jersey.
So Brian, talking about the Singapore Lions, they lost heavily to the Sniper Thailand team, who's arguably the best. Well, it's been proven already, you know, they have 3 wins out of 3. They are the best team in this Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League Singapore series. But the Singapore team did not do badly yesterday, contrary to the score. They had a couple of back cuts that was, you know, showed good player movement and ball movement as well. And on the defensive end, you know, they focused on their rebounding. And, you know, I think they actually gave Thailand a harder game than they expected.
Now Singapore coming into this season trying to find a identity playing under head coach Tan Yini. You know, they did not have a lot of time to train together as a team compared to other teams such as Indonesia Elite and the Malaysia Tigers 100%. Team. They only train 3 times a week compared to other teams that actually train 3 times a day.
Exactly.
So that's a lot of practice time that's missed by the Singapore team. Playing in the first match really definitely surprised a lot of people. Although they don't have a dribbler, right? I wouldn't say they won't have a consistent dribbler, but it definitely did surprise me with the way that they swing the ball around.
Yeah, and a little birdie on the fence told me about this today. You know, you might be seeing the strongest lineup for the Singapore Lions tonight, and I'm looking forward to what this team can do here tonight. You know, they have a big crowd behind them. They have a big home crowd here, as you can see on the screen right now. And they're going to be cheering every single basket, every single good play that the Singapore Lions do. And when you have that home crowd behind you, everything's unpredictable.
So a different goal here being set by head coach Tan Yini from the Singapore Lions. You know, previous 2 matches, their main goal is try to rotate as much from their lineup to play players that hasn't played overseas, you know, because previously they went to Malaysia for a short tour to play against the Malaysia national team. That was the goal, to try and get some extra playing minutes for those players that did not play that much being overseas. But today is a total different outlook. Being the last game being played here at Toa Payoh Stadium, they are looking to try and make an upset against this Indonesia team to try and probably get their first W of this season.
The Singapore Lions, one thing you can't fault the Singapore Lions is trying their hardest on every game, you know. Like you said, they might not have had the most training time, but, you know, if you extended the 3 times a week training into 7 days, into 2 times a day, you probably see their score rocket and they be competitive in this game. So perhaps they need to look towards what the Malaysian team is doing, what the Indonesian team is doing, and even what the Thailand Snipers team is doing. But for that, they will need sponsors from, the Singapore community.
Now the MC is trying to hype out the crowd that is in here at Toa Payoh Stadium. You can see him just launching some merchandise officially for the SWBL 2023, brought to you by none other than the entertainment sponsor, Rigorer.
Exactly.
As we hold our breath, as the MC will run through the players lineup that will take place here with the players introduction, one of my favorite segment for a game of basketball for both teams, because every time you run out the tunnel, it gives you goosebumps, and it's all those moments that you will treasure for life. Head coach Sophia Lin trying to give that final prep up to prepare their team as the MC is ready to announce the player lineup from the visiting team.
So once again, both teams will need to win. We are here for Indonesia Elite, street, shout. We are here for Singapore Lions, scream harder, shout harder, shout louder. Alright, so here we're going to start all teams line up, and Indonesia Elite, please get ready. That's right, present.
For your viewers at home, get ready your phones and also your screen. If you like your player, make sure to do a screenshot of this game and hashtag us SWBL 2023 and tag us on our social media handle. Watching the Indonesia elite team getting themselves ready to go with the players lineup announcement. Augustine taking the court with her announcement into the lineup. Namira making her way for the first time for this tournament. Priscilla Karen, player of the game from the previous match. Ais Faizato Sioma. Adelaide Callisto Wongso Hajo, the national champion for Pon 2022. Yuni Angrani with the experienced player for the national team. Nicole taking her spot for the national team as well. And last but not least, number 99, the tall big man, Angelica Jennifer Chandra. Eiko Sophia Lim being introduced to the crowd here at Toa Stadium. Now, audience at home, brace yourself for the loud cheer that's about to come to the home team, the Singapore Lions. Towering at 6'3" is Chu Jie-ying wearing jersey number 1. Lim Jiaming will be the captain for this match for Team Singapore. Shamaine Tse back in the lineup as well. Adna Lim, one of the fan favorites, always get big cheers whenever she puts the basket into the net. Pauline Ong, one of the anchor down the low block for Team Singapore, one of Tan Yini's favorite player because she's always fighting for a player. Ariel Loiter also in the lineup. And last but not least, Bernice Yo. Big game yesterday for Bernice Yo, in the contribution section for Singapore.
Yeah, Bernice Yo, the captain of the team in the previous game against the Thailand Snipers, only had 2 points, but you know, she contributed in different factors.
So one final applaud from the crowd for these two teams before we pay respect to the national anthem, which is about to take place here at Center Court. So for the viewers at home, just be patient, bear with us for a few minutes as we go into a moment's silence for the national anthem being played for the both nations that's about to play against each other. First national anthem, Indonesia, Raya. Next will be follow up with the national anthem of Singapore, Majulah Singapura. thunderous applause here being made by the audience to show and make their presence known that they are in the house to support their home team. But before we kick things off here, focus at the center of the court as both teams try to go all handshakes before they start things off. And we would like to introduce you the referees for this evening.
Yes, you know, this game here, referee crew chief is going to be the Taiwan referee Huang Yunxuan, and her assistants here today, two referees, Thailand's Chitchanok Sisawat as well as Malaysia's Ng Hua Long.
So referees are one of the most important officials needed in every single game, especially the technical team as well on the table, supplying us with all the information needed to make this game smooth and running, to make statistics part of the important things for the coaching staff to corral as well in preparation to every different game.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, the referees have a hard job and sometimes don't get thanked enough for it. They make a great call. You know, sometimes we have, you know, we and you guys watching the live stream have the convenience of the slow motion replay and the ability to rewind on the live stream, but the referees has to get it right on the first try, and they do that so much. They do it so well so much of the time.
As we know that there's a lot of keyboard warriors at home, you know, every time a referee misses a call, definitely you will be penalized with some mistakes there, here and there. So starting five for the Indonesia elite team. Big lineup here. Priscilla, Karen, Angelica are going to start off in the 4 and the 5. Henny Sociono and also Augustine will be in the guard position. So this is going to be an interesting lineup for Team Singapore to try and counter with such size, because the only big man that Singapore currently have is Chu Jie-ying. You can see the starting five that's being fielded here by the Singapore team. At the forward position is Lim Jia-min and also Tan Chu-yin. Shemaine at the guard, Amanda playing at the guard spot as well, and Alana Lim. Wow, that's a surprising lineup to start off at the 5 for Team Singapore.
Yeah, I 100% thought it would be either Chu Jie-ying or Pauline Ang starting for the Singapore Lions today, but Coach Tan Yin throwing a curveball at us, going with Alana Lim instead.
Keeping us off our seat all the time, Tan Yini.
Exactly.
We're full of surprises with the way that the Singapore team has been playing. You can see so much passion with the way that she's coaching this very young Singapore team.
100% a very, very passionate coach. And you know, you mentioned coach of the Hillcrest Grays here in Singapore, national champions, I believe.
Back to back.
Exactly, and she's trying to bring that winning culture into the Singapore national team as well.
Wow, look at this. This is something new. You know, the Indonesia elite trying to throw a little bit of their own official merchandise to their own fan base here in Singapore itself. Oh, my partner is raising his hands up, trying to grab hold of that merchandise. You can see people are just screaming to try and get 100%. That all smiles.
I want some of those merch. Come on. I like the jerseys that the Indonesian elite are sporting today as well. A little bit of a color rush addition here for the Indonesia elite.
Something that we have not seen for a very long time. Now, before we want to start things off here, referee does a final check with his stats table to make sure everything is ready and up and kicking before the thumbs up is signaled to the center court to the head referee to tip off this match.
And it will be the centers of both teams, Singapore's Lions, Alana Lim, as well as Angel Chandra in the center circle.
Thumbs up from all referee, and here we go, whistle to blow, and here we go, kicking off this final match of this season for the SWBL 2023. Possession will begin with Indonesia elite Augustine at the general spot. First turnover being committed here by the Indonesia team, and here comes Singapore.
Yeah, great job by Singapore to force that turnover. Gets off to a great start here.
The captain finds Charmaine on the left side. Almost throw the ball over. Charmaine, a lot of traffic, kicks it out for a 3 for the first rebound for Priscilla Karen.
Yeah, unlucky there for the Singapore Lions, but they did well.
Faizato Shoma starts things off from a 3-pointer of her own from behind the line.
And a missed 3-pointer turns into a made 3-pointer for the opponents.
Cross-court pass down to the right side. Karen is right there. Drives at the paint. This is a good move right here. Just a little unlucky off the backboard.
Yeah, $100 move and 10-cent finish there.
Augustine tries a three of her own. This is red hot start for Indonesia Elite, shooting with a lot of confidence.
Wow.
And a timeout right away by head coach Tan Yi-ni. That's already 6 points just like that.
Yeah, Indonesia Elite only hit 8 3-pointers out of the 28 they taken yesterday night. 28.6% from the 3-point line. But today they are starting it with 2 for 2. Perfect so far.
Although they have this hot start, but you can see Sophia Lin still a little unhappy with the way that they are covering on the defensive end, especially on the previous play. An easy drive in by Chan Chu-yin, first touch on the ball, just driving into the paint with ease.
Yeah, Chan Chu-yin is a really clever player, and if you give her gaps to take advantage of, she's gonna fully drive to the rim. So
Sophia Lin giving that final instruction to dare the player to drive into the basket a little bit more. As both teams take their spot on the court once again, team captain of the Singapore team, Jiamin, will inbound this play. Full court trap being set here by Indonesia Elite to force the turnover. And a backcourt violation will be called on that tip.
yeah, it's a great effort by one of the veteran players on the Indonesia Elite, Henny Sugiono, to get the steal right there, but immediately turns the ball over.
Shemaine gets the inbound. Sets up the screen, looking for a two-man bounce pass. Beautifully sent into the pocket of her teammate. Dishes back out for a three. Singapore on the fire. Hear the crowd roar as that three-point finds the bottom of the net.
Yeah, that's a deafening roar here in the Toa Payoh Stadium. Amanda Lim, the benefactor of a great inside-out game for Singapore Lions.
3 points separating this two team. 2 minutes into play of the first quarter. Angel tries to fight for position. Karen goes to work with a much smaller defender. Almost picked up the offensive rebound. None other than Henny Sochun. Oh, wow, look at that. That hustle play.
Yeah, hustle play by...
points out to the other side, Singapore with the possession.
Exactly, Henny Sugiono, sometimes hustle doesn't pay off.
Once again with the full court trap here against the Singapore team. Shemaine getting a lot of touches for Singapore. Getting her first touch of the game, Alana. Sets the screen for her teammate. Corner three, thought about it, waves it off. Here she goes to work. Oh, loses the handle.
Yeah, after a great play on that previous offensive possession, the number 9 of Singapore Lions turns it over there. Unforced error.
Augustine waves off Henny to the other side. Strong side on the right corner. Karen with the off-ball screen. And a violation. So one more time from the inbound for Indonesia Elite.
Indonesia Elite will have 12 seconds here to get a shot up.
A lot of off-ball movement here by Indonesia Elite. Foul call to stop the game clock. Picking up her first personal foul is Lim Jia-min.
And Singapore Lions have been doing great on the defensive end of the court for now. Only lagging behind Indonesia by 3 points.
Augustine, little short Karen with the offensive rebound. No good. Jia-min beautifully rebounded, but throws it to the other team. Angel, first touch of the game, tries it off the backboard. It's good for Angel.
Yeah, that's a size mismatch in there. Lim Jia-min against Angel Chandra. Chandra is going to win out every single time.
Henny spearheading the trap. Shemaine all by herself. She will dribble up to this half court right here against the Indonesia Elite team. Low post playing. Off ball screen by Jia-min. Tries a three of her own. Hits the front rim. Comes up short. Augustine, a lot of pressure. Slows it down and resets for Indonesia. Steal comes up by the Singapore team. This is great defensive effort showing by the team in the red jersey.
Yeah, great help defense by Lim Jiamin, immediately coming over to help out her defender.
Calls for the ball at the high post. Side step for a 3. A little too strong on that shot. Body's on the ground. Henny Sochiono finally gets control of the ball. Augustine sets it up. Henny at the top. Angel fighting for position. Oh, wasn't aware of that pass.
Both players weren't aware.
The pass is too strong there by Jiamin. Throws it out of bounds. That was a good idea. So fresh 3 faces injected into the lineup for the Lions.
Exactly, and we see a promising big woman for Singapore Lions here, Chu Jieying, only 24 years old, but showed flashes of her potential that day against the Harimau Malaysia.
Backdoor drive by Henny Sochiono. Couldn't get it to drop. Karen. Referee waves off the score. The foul was before the shot, and it's away from the ball. Foul called on number 9. So Amanda picks up her first personal foul, second team foul of the game.
Yeah, it was a great seal there by Priscilla Karen. You could see when she received the ball, she was ready to turn and immediately looked for the shot.
Singapore goes back into a zone defense against Indonesia Elite. Chu Jieying just clogging the lane, and here comes the matchup against Chu Jieying and Angel as she picks up her first defensive rebound. Ariel gets her first touch of the game. Jieying fighting for position against Ice. Ice almost come up with the steal. No good. Second chance is good for Singapore. And Amanda gets herself on the scoreboard.
Well, all the points that Singapore has scored so far has come through Amanda Lim, and she is stepping up big time in this game here.
Karen calls the ball down the low block. Augustine with a foot bit inside the 3-point line. Referee points it. A 2-point scored by Augustine. So she gets herself on the scoreboard as well.
Augustine, a really tricky guard to defend there because she has the handles to drive inside, as well as, she's able to knock it down from deep as she's shown on the last possession.
Fresh 5 faces taking the floor for Indonesia Elite. Cheetah checking into the game. Adelaide, Namira, Dia Lestari, and also Uni Angriani. Talk about Dia Lestari yesterday. Man, what a game she had.
Yeah, she's been shooting well so far in the Singapore series here, but one player I'm more interested to look at the play is Namira Rahman. You told me a little bit about her potential, and I want to see how she plays.
A little too aggressive there. You can see the referee points as the cylinder. So that's a defensive foul being called against Indonesia Elite. Just coming in a little less than 5 seconds, picking up the first foul. That is not something that you want to do.
A little bit too eager there, but I like the energy from the young player from Indonesia.
She has taken a lot of rest, so this is the time for her to show us what she can do coming off from a comeback injury. Namira from Jakarta. Ariel calls for the ball, ends up in the hands of Jieying. 2-man game at the top. Here comes the reset set play. Ariel looking to make something happen down this play against Uni Angriani. That is a lot of help side defense there by Indonesia Elite. Dia Lestari was there waiting for Ariel to drive baseline.
And in Singapore Lions have got to be aware of the shot clock here. Only 1 second to get a shot off.
This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a catch and shoot right away. Got to watch out for the 5-second violation. Being penalized right there. Couldn't find an open player to inbound that play.
Yeah, and once again, preferring to commit a dead ball turnover, allow the team to get back on defense, then commit a live one.
Lady leading the way this time. She had a great game last year. Remember that final buzzer beater against the Snipers Thailand to win the game for Indonesia to win gold medal. Foul in for Uni Angriani. Very smooth on that play. Get a little contact, stay with it, and finish off with the right.
Yeah, great footwork there by Uni Angriani. Got past aerial loiter and then saw Chu Jieying in front of her. Used that footwork, that fancy footwork to get past her defender once again.
Look at this size mismatch right here. You got Cheetah, Uni, and also Dia Lestari, but only one big man, Chu Jieying, has to box out all 3 of them. Singapore on the offense this time. Backdoor cut. Beautiful on the backdoor. Amanda scores. You can hear the crowd.
They're excited here. The limb connection there, as if knowing what they're gonna do.
Uni misses an easy pass right there. Back to Jieying at the top. Slows it down, resets. Aerial tries a mid-range. It's good. Drops down. Nothing but the bucket for aerial loiter.
And then the crowd here is just making all the difference. Ability doesn't matter now if you've got the crowd behind you.
Namira finds Cheetah. Her mid-range, no good, in and out. Aerial corrals the rebound, puts it in the hands of Adeline. Jieying breaks the trap. Aerial once again, coming in head full of steam. Oh, the off-foot lay-in. Tell me about that move.
Yeah, she was, you could see her trying that move out in practice there, and a great situation to pull that out, fold the defender, and knock down the layup.
Things are looking definitely different with this lineup right here. The most strongest layup that they have not fielded before in this season. Uni Angriani answers with a mid-range of her own.
Yeah, the muscle memory of Uni Angriani doesn't betray her on that one.
The trap continues for Indonesia Elite. But half-court trap has not been a problem for Singapore thus far in the season. Great idea there by Aerial, just a little too high for her teammate. And that's another turnover.
Yeah, a great idea there. Once again, you know, like you said, a great idea by Aerial Loiter, but just a little bit poorer on the execution there. And you see Coach Tan Yini asking her to bounce the ball off the floor.
She runs back onto the lineup. She was not subbed out. She thought that she was going into the bench with just one mistake. Hey, it's just one. You know, you got to go on to the next play.
Yeah.
Uni. Back to Cheetah. Wonderful find there by Adelaide Kalista. Just Uni a little strong off the backboard as it rims out. Shemaine will push the ball up. Goes at traffic and rejected by Dia Lestari.
Wow, Dia Lestari just said, no, 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 not in my house, Shemaine. She swats that one out of here.
Sportsmanship there by Dia Lestari after the defensive play just went to help Shemaine get back onto her feet. So this is a very good side. You might be competitive on the game, but in the end, you are still human, and that is just a beautiful sight to see. Pauline backs down. Dia Lestari gets the offensive rebound. Fresh 14, rushes the shot up. Cheetah comes up with the defensive rebound of her own. Lady on the run. Cheetah, a quick shot from downtown, knocks it down. Another 3-point bomb for Indonesia Elite.
Wow, I thought Pratita Cheetah rushed that shot there, but apparently not so.
Another three on the way, not good this time. Dia Lestari, is that a pass? Karen couldn't convert off the reverse.
Yeah.
Singapore will reset. Things are going a little crazy right now. Great defensive play here by Priscilla Karen, almost comes up with the steal. And finally, Lady picks the pocket. Karen finds Cheetah once again. Swings it over to Dia, her favorite spot at the top. Falls into the hands of Shemaine for her defensive rebound.
Yeah, Dia Lestari has been shooting so well in these few games here. And Dia Lestari just missed that one there, but shot 1 of 7, so not really having a great shooting night yesterday, but she did have a good shooting night on the first night against the...
It has got to be the rim in Toa Payoh Stadium, because every team kind of struggled a little bit from the 3-point department.
Yeah, but Indonesia Elite tends to fall in love with the 3 a little bit too much here.
Just like the previous shot from Cheetah, you know, everyone thought it was a little bit rushed, but just a little bit fortunate that she managed to drop down that one.
Yeah.
Aerial Loiter. She had a good first quarter thus far, as Namira lets the ball run out to reset this one possession offense with 13 seconds left on the game clock for quarter number 1. Lady coming down the floor with the ball, finds Dia at the top, back to Cheetah all by herself. A little short, Shemaine with the box out, not allowing the mirror to pick up that ball. And time runs out here to end quarter number 1. What a game has this been. Seesaw battle between these two teams. Turnovers here and there. Shots going down for Indonesia Elite. Walk us through what happened in the first quarter.
Yes, 100%. Singapore is trying to get their first win of this tournament. This is, you say their strongest lineup of the tournament so far. They have gone with 6-man units so far in the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League. And they really want to show their home crowd that they can pull off a win here in the SEA WBL.
So Uni Anggrani feeling it in the first quarter, and Cheetah as well. You can see she knocked down this shot full of confidence, did not hesitate at all, man. Just in the face of the defender.
Transfer bulanan udah dicek nih.
Nenek lupa pin. Dicatat di mana ya?
Pakai Livin, intip saldo, nggak perlu pin. Cepet kan?
Kok cuma transfer segini?
35 seconds before we kickstart quarter number 2 here at Toa Payoh Stadium for this final game between the home team Singapore Lions and Indonesia Elite. Singapore looking to secure their first win for this season. Indonesia trying to capitalize and extend to 2 wins under their belt. Yes, last year they were in the final. This year they come up a little bit short against Thailand. Thailand has played really, really well. So, hopefully they can have a much better result versus this new strong lineup being fielded by head coach Tan Yini of Singapore.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the Singapore Lions do well here. And I just want to talk you to a little bit about the stats of the first quarter here. Singapore Lions with 8 turnovers in the first quarter. So turnover, they have to be able to take care of the ball better if they want to pull out a win.
Offensive try for the first one of the second quarter. Just a little unlucky off that right hand lane. It's a strong hand. Karen, shuffle step being called for the traveling violation.
Yeah, Priscilla Karen being a little bit too eager there, not putting the ball down before she moved the pivot foot.
Box 1 defense to stop Shemaine from touching the ball. Defended by Augustine. Ariel finds the captain, Jiamin. Pauline with the screen. 2-man game. Tries the shot from downtown. Henny rises up and pulls down the defensive rebound. Ice. Little shake and bake right there. Great defense by Ariel to poke that ball away.
100% great help defense there, just helping each other out on the defensive end of the ball.
One more shot from downtown. Jiamin. Singapore is falling in love with that 3-point shot as well.
Both teams are falling in love with the 3-point shots a little bit. Singapore Lions shot 1 for 4 from behind the arc, so not great.
Augustine brings the ball up the court. Eyes to her right. Henny Sochiono to her left. Off-ball screen by Priscilla Karen. Ariel did not know that the ball was right behind her. Very fortunate to not get the ball stolen there. Karen for her 3-shot at the buzzer is good.
Yeah, second chance opportunities are deadly enemy for the Singapore Lions. And it just hits the morale of the players as well, because you played hard defense for 14 seconds and then just give up that shot.
Suffocating defense by Augustine on Shemaine, and also Ariel Loiter is being defended by Priscilla Karen. Great steal there by Augustine. Beautifully done. Eyes with numbers. 2-on-1. Karen will lay it in with the right hand for 2, extending the lead for Indonesia Elite.
Yeah, that was a great bounce pass by Augustine Elia to find Ai Shoyima on the break.
Shemaine. Pauline will break the trap. Almost comes up with the steal there for Henny Sociono. Ariel, that's a smart move there by Ariel, bringing the ball really low to the ground against the much taller defender, Natanya Nicole.
Yeah, she knew that the Indonesian defenders were pressing up hard against her, and then she ripped through, immediately putting the ball on the floor, and had an open lane to the basket.
So getting some very valuable play time there for the very young player number 18, Natanya Nicole Sasonko, making a start for the Indonesia Elite off the bench this time. First time playing in this season. So looking to have much better contribution for her in this Indonesian team uniform.
Yeah, definitely. Natanya Nicole, a really young player, only just 17 years of age. 2006. Does that make you feel old, Brian?
I'm a boomer, so you roughly know how much. Oh, Xioma with the move right there to find Henny Sociono with the mid-range. Offensive rebound being picked up by the 17-year-old. Karen fails to convert off her jump shot.
And great challenge there by Chan Chu-yin.
Low block, Chu Jie-yin gets fouled, puts it in the traffic. Chu Jie-yin converts with the N1.
Wow, Chu Jie-yin with a nice move. And Ai Shoima perhaps trying to do a little bit too much there on the defensive side of the ball. But all of that was made possible because of the hustle play of Chan Chu-yin on the other end. She hustled back to get a hand in the face of the shooters twice.
Chu Jie-yin, a very good free throw shooter. Given her size, has a very soft touch around the basket. Knocks down that free throw to bring this lead a little closer for Singapore. Augustine to Ice. Ice goes for her three. Almost comes up with the offensive rebound for Priscilla Karen. She does not want to foul here. Great ball pressure. Singapore on the run. They got numbers. 3-on-2. Backdoor cut. Turns around. Unable to convert off that. Oh, and a quick foul call here by referee Ng Hua Long.
The foul will go on Natanya Nicole there, as she got a little bit too handsy after the offensive rebound was secured by Singapore.
Absolutely no fear being shown by the red jerseys on the floor at the moment as they come in for this inbound player. Wide open shot from the corner three in the hands of Henny Sociono. Ice will push the ball up on the left flank. Sets it up for Indonesia. Henny controls it back. Augustine finds the 17-year-old. Tries to go one-on-one against Chu Jie-yin, just loses the handle.
Yeah, ball was stripped out from behind there by Adeline Wong.
Almost loses the ball. Oh, with the crossover, the oohs and ahs from the crowd with a three. Knocks it down. 3-point is good for Amanda Lim.
Man,
sending the crowd to its feet.
Man, it sent me on my feet as well. Amanda Lim had 7 points so far and knocked down that one there, a highlight three-pointer.
Ice gets the ball from Augustine. Oh, a loose ball foul called against Singapore. I thought that was a good box out.
Yeah, Chan Chu-yin was surprised with the referee's decision there as well, but perhaps the referee saw something in there. You know, they do a good job, and I believe that they made this call right as well.
Fresh legs for Indonesia. They want to try and keep this pace up and running. Valerie Amin checks into the game for Indonesia Elite for the first time. Cheetah. That was an intended pass. Dia Lestari gets the friendly roll for two.
Wow, Dia Lestari continues a good shooting night today.
So far, the trap has not worked thus far against the Singapore team. Oh, loses her hand, loses her balance a little bit as she has her hand out of the blue line.
Yeah, exactly. The pass just a little bit too ahead there, and she had to put her hand out to keep her balance right there.
Uni Angrani just pulled back on her hand, not trying to commit any foul. That's a smart move. Gets a first shot off the game. Oh, and a loose ball foul away from the ball. The referee's going to penalize on number 13.
That was Valerie Krishanti's first shot of the game so far. First shot in the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League. And seeing it go down would have increased the confidence so much more. But as it stands, she's going to have to get her confidence up in a different way.
Crystal Yao coming back into the court for Team Singapore Lions. Full court pressure once again by Indonesia Elite. Shemaine back to Crystal. Crystal and Shemaine, two-man game thus far to break this trap. Uni was right there to wait for the ball.
Great call.
Finding that open shooter. Tries to make something happen here. Oh, just a little too strong off the dribble and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, Amanda Lim has the license to do that. She's the top scorer for the Singapore Lions with 10 points at the moment. And, you know, one or two mistakes won't define the play of Amanda Lim so far.
Indonesia Elite put the hands in. Valerie to set up this offense this time. Cross-court pass finds Lady. Lady in the face of Jie Ying. Gets the offensive rebound. Dia Lestari. This is the off mismatch here, putting Jie Ying on Lady. Opens up the offensive rebound for Indonesia Elite. Shemaine. Heavily defended there by Valerie. Jie Ying. Two-man game. Pick and roll. Well defended on the high post area by Uni Anggrani. Aerial will be called a travel call against Singapore Lions.
Yeah, but on that play right there, Singapore Lions just standing still too long. Charmaine C holding on to the ball too long there, but not great player movement as well from her teammates.
Uni dumps off the pass for Dia. Ooh, a very uncommon miss there by Dia Lestari.
Yeah, completely missed the basket on that one.
So man-to-man defense here, switched up for the Indonesia Elite team. Loiter to her teammate, Chu Yin. Back to Crystal. Crystal heavily defended by a Lady. Goes a shot for her own. Friendly roll is good. Crystal, another 2 more points under her belt.
I thought Crystal Yao ran into a dead end right there, but somehow managed to readjust her body there. Great hip movement.
Creating something out of nothing. Lady sets it up. Valerie goes to the strong side. Cheetah, she's been red hot thus far. First miss from the downtown paint area. Jie Yin rips it off the hands of Uni Anggrani. Passes off to Chu Yin. Shemaine sets it up for Ariel. Back to Chu Yin. Shemaine against Dia Lestari. Look at the help defense there by Indonesia Elite.
Yeah, you know, the Indonesian Elite defense really helps quick. But then what I'm looking for from the Singapore players is to space the floor, to allow that driver to kick it out to an open shooter.
So Pauline comes back into the game in place of Chu Jie Yin. So now it's a matter of mass over height for Team Singapore. Ariel a little bit strong there. If she had one more foot behind the line, she could have knocked that down. Uni on the run. Shemaine comes up with the steal. Dumps it off forward to Ariel, mid-range. She likes that shot. Gets it to fall off the double bounce off the rim.
Yeah, great adjustment by Ariel Loiter. Too strong on that previous shot, but came back with just right.
Lady in the hands of Valerie. Dia tries a 3 to answer. It's good. Knocks it down. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Nothing Chan Chu-yin could do there. She put a hand up in Dia Lestari's face, but Dia Lestari was just too tall.
Ariel will go through traffic. Bounce pass to Chu Yin. Thought about the 3, wastes it off. Back to the hands of Ariel. Crystal. Another 3 on the way. Defensive rebound picked up by Valerie. And she will push the ball up this time for Indonesia Elite. Cheetah with the fake pass off her own. Uni tips it to Lady for the offensive rebound. Gets it back. And she's called for the traveling violation. A little bit slow off that pass as she touched ground after she jumped.
Yeah, great defense by the Singapore Lions. Lady was trying to look for Pratita Cheetah, who was cutting to the rim there, but a great defense to cut it off at the last second. And lady couldn't find a different target there. So Singapore Lions still staying in it, just like the Malaysian Harimau Malaysia staying with the Thailand Snipers in that previous game. Singapore Lions trying their best to stay in this one against the Indonesia Elite.
Unable to pull away from this game thus far, forces a timeout being called here by Indonesia Elite. Coach Sophia would expect her team to do a much better job to actually pull a much wider deficit for the Singapore team heading here before the halftime break. But it turns out differently. Only 7 points separating these two teams. Thank you so much for joining us here at your live stream. You get to watch this at the comfort of your home in partnership with our official media coverage partner, Court Divas. You're joining us here with the SWBL pre-SEA Games tune-up for the SWBL 2023 here at Toa Payoh Stadium, Singapore, brought to you by our title sponsor, Mandiri Bank.
It's a bit of a tongue twister there, the SEA Women's Basketball League.
So the captain back onto the floor for Singapore. Adna, the most popular player right now on this lineup, making her spot on the floor. Almost throws off the foot of her teammate. This time throws it away, but nobody was there to pick it up. Another turnover for Team Singapore.
Yeah, 100% not on the same page there. Bernice Yeoh unable to pass out of the pressure set by the Indonesia Elite there.
Lady calls for a play. Valerie puts it in the hand of Angelica. Quick foul call against the team captain of Singapore. You guessed it. That's Lim Jia-min picking up another personal foul.
Yeah, Lim Jia-min having to guard Angel Kandra right there is giving up a lot of height.
Lady gets the ball in her hand. Try to make something out of this play. Angelica with the head fake. Oh, that's a lot of contact, but no foul call, so play on. Jia-min pushes the ball up the court. Bernice finds the corner shooter. Defensive rebound by Angelica. Cheetah. Dia Lestari. Offensive foul called against Dia Lestari as she tried to make a point to the referee. I did not touch her. I did not do anything. As you go to this replay.
Ooh, that's an elbow right there into the chest of Edna, as Edna was showing the referee right there. She sees you.
So Adeline will control the ball this time for Team Singapore. Jia-min, defended by Angelica, passes off to Edna. To Bernice. Bernice back into the top scorer thus far, Amanda. Tries a mid-range jumper, hits the front rim of the court, back into the hands, fresh 14 seconds. Jia-min tries one from downtown. Didn't bring her passport, access denied. Cheetah on the run, one-on-one action. Right-hand lay-in is good. That is a simple layup, very fundamentally sound by Cheetah.
Yeah, great layup by Pratita Cheetah there, using the off-hand to foul Lim Jia-min.
And the buzzer sound that signals that's the end of the half. And the score on the board is 30-21. Still not too far apart. You know, still have a lot of chance for this Singapore team to actually make a comeback because they still have 2 more quarters to go, Meng. What are your thoughts on the first half?
No, once again, I gotta commend the intensity and the effort, the hustle that the Singapore Lions team has played with today. They know that the Indonesian elite team may be a little bit better than them in terms of ability, but they're not giving up. They're sticking it in there. They're playing hard defense. They might be lagging behind in the rebounding department a little bit, but they're making it up with good shot selection. And Amanda Lim Zillian has led the team with 10 points in this first half.
As you go and see a little bit on the highlight, Aero Loiter just catching fire in the first half. Not too much action in the first 2 games, but definitely more playtime as she head to the second half, trying to make a little bit more contribution for Team Singapore.
Is your child scared of public speaking?
Boost their confidence and help them speak well at Speech Academy Asia. Our locations are... Call us for a free trial now.
Transfer bulanan udah dicek nih.
Nenek lupa PIN. Dicatat di mana ya?
Pakai Livin, intip saldo, nggak perlu PIN. Cepet kan?
Kok cuma transfer segini?
Cek, 1, 2, 3, cek.
Cek mulu. Udah cek fitur lengkap Livin by Mandiri belum? Pakai Livin by Mandiri emang lebih asyik. Top up lewat HP. Ubah transaksi jadi cicilan. Kartu hilang, no worry. Pencet Livin untuk blokir kartu. Transaksi kekinian makin praktis. Scan QRIS pakai Livin aja.
Cek.
So ladies and gentlemen, right now on your screen is the halftime stats brought to you by none other than Bank Mandiri. That is a lot of numbers, so I'm going to hand over to my analyst partner, Ming. Walk us through what we're seeing on the screen right now.
First half score for the Indonesia Elite is 32-21 of the Singapore Lions. What I've been pleasantly surprised here for the Singapore Lions is they've been matching the Indonesia Elite in a lot of categories, like the field goal percentage is similar and the rebounding battle is similar as well. But it's the turnovers that has cost the Singapore Lions here. 5 extra turnovers turning into 5 fast break points and giving up 10 points from turnovers for the Indonesian Elite is proving to be devastating for the Singapore Lions at the moment.
Free throw department a little bit low, but it's perfect from the cherry stripe for the Singapore Lions. This kind of shows off a little bit of the ball movement that they're handling, right? They are not really forcing shot. They're playing very patience defense, I would say, in order to cut down a little bit on the fouls department.
Yep. And they are playing a very patient defense. They switch from a 2-3 zone into a man-to-man, and that confuses the opponents sometimes as well. So they're doing a good job, but they really have to take care of the ball better. That's what I want to see from the Singapore Lions going into the second half. But both teams have had outstanding players in the first half. For Singapore Lions, you have to remember that step back, that separation three-pointer from Amanda Lim being the highlight of the first half. She has 10 points in the half so far, compared to Indonesia Elite 7 for Dia Lestari.
Wonderful stats being covered there by my partner Meng. So you're joined here with me behind the commentators table. My name is Brian, and also Chen Kai-Ming, one of the names that you always hear when you go to Southeast Asia basketball, including the now playing ASEAN Basketball League. Now, we would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for making this event definitely possible for us in this season 2023. Very, very important indeed. We would like to give a big thanks to Mandiri Bank, the title sponsor for this season of the SWBL 2023. Also, not forgetting the official sanction association of FIBA, allowing the teams to come on all over from overseas to join on this tournament, and the official game ball that's being used, Molten Basketball. Giving time to thanks our sponsors from the media coverage is Court Diva, giving you the chance to watch it from the comforts of your home, and also the sports partner for this tournament, Sports SG, Toadboard, and Bona, the technical partner of this tournament.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, we would like to thank the local sponsors for Singapore as well. You know, Speech Academy, Formworks, Adera, EHPS, Tiong Bahru Bakery, CSD's Venture Corps, as well as the Noble Well Group for supporting women's basketball here in the Southeast Asian region. Thank you very much.
Fiesta Point kini telah berubah ke Livin Point. Gampang dapatnya, kece badai hadiahnya. Download dan transaksi pakai Livin by Mandiri. Belanja pakai kartu debit atau kartu kredit. Cek terus jumlah Livin Point-nya. Untuk ditukarkan hadiah langsung ataupun diskon di merchant favorit. Buruan, buka tabungan dan transaksi terus pakai Livin by Mandiri.
Is your child scared of public speaking?
Boost their confidence and help them speak well at Speech Academy Asia. Our locations are: call us for a free trial now.
Ketemu lagi sama Livia. Nah, dia lagi miss banget nih sama fitur baru di Livin by Mandiri. Livin suka. Mau cek mutasi rekening, sekalian nyari destinasi keren buat healing. Abis investasi, langsung bisa beli voucher game biar mabar makin yoi. Abis top up e-wallet, bisa top up kuota streaming drakor tanpa ribet. Kelar transfer, bisa cus beli tiket konser. Dengan fitur baru, Livin Suka, kamu makin bisa suka-suka tanpa pindah aplikasi sini-situ. Livin Suka, bikin yang kamu suka jadi makin easy.
Cek, 1, 2, 3, cek.
Cek mulu. Udah cek fitur lengkap Livin by Mandiri belum? Pakai Livin by Mandiri emang lebih asyik. Top up lewat HP. Ubah transaksi jadi cicilan. Kartu hilang, no worry. Pencet Livin untuk blokir kartu. Transaksi kekinian makin praktis. Scan QRIS pakai Livin aja.
Cek.
Both teams taking their time to warm up at this halftime break, as you can see on center court at Toa Payoh Stadium, Singapore, for the second season pre-SEA Games tune-up of the 2023 series. We're down to the final day, to the last match that's featuring Team Singapore Lions taking on the visiting team Indonesia Elite. And the score on the board right now is 30-21 with 2 more quarters to play. And things has been interesting because we expected a blowout win coming right from the get-go from Indonesia Elite. However, the scoreboard does not show in their favor right now. Only 9 points separating these two teams. We remember their first games against Thailand Snipers. They were up by 9 in the first quarter, but at the end of the day, things did not turn out well for the Indonesia Elite. So is it going to be deja vu for them against this Singapore team? Ming, what's your thought here going into the second half?
I think that the Indonesia Elite would have learned from that experience prior to this. And they're gonna, I think Coach Sophia Lin has drilled it into their heads. You know, you cannot, we spoke to Coach Sophia the other day. And in that post-game interview, Coach Sophia actually said that she berated her players in the morning practice because that shouldn't have happened. You cannot go up and give up a lead that big. And it worked wonders against Malaysia there with the team stepping up in the fourth quarter. So I think that in the Indonesia Elite has this game under control here. But like I've said throughout the whole game, you can never underestimate the power of the crowd. The Singapore Lions have such a great home crowd here today. You can see on the love cam some of the supporters in the seats today playing with the MC here our halftime games, and they're really out in full force here supporting their home team.
Hey Ming, you know one thing? I'm really glad that the home cam is pan on the other side. Imagine if the camera's on the other side. I'm very sure that they will make that love cam being panned onto us. That is gonna put us under a lot of pressure. I know it's 2023, but it's still under scrutiny for the laws of LGBTQ.
Hey Brian, I'm willing to showcase my bromance for you. I don't mind it.
Okay, right now we're about to kickstart the second half, so stay put, don't go anywhere before. Just a couple of minutes left onto the game clock to officially tip off this final game between these two teams at Toa Payoh Stadium, Singapore. Once again, I'd like to give a big thank you to all the viewers at home. No matter where you are, we truly appreciate your support in showing up on this live stream at the comfort of your home in supporting all these teams. Doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Indonesia Elite or the Singapore Lions or the Malaysia Tigers or even the visiting Thailand Snipers. We welcome you with big arms because you truly matter to us. We are doing it all for you. The passion of the game of basketball and allowing this platform to all these amazing athletes to show off their skill set for the world to see.
Yeah, 100%. Southeast Asia Women's Basketball League here, just created last year, founded by our Mr. Christopher here at the venue as well, and he's done a great job allowing these players to showcase their skills, and then obviously this Singapore series allowing the teams to prepare for the upcoming SEA Games here. And if one of these teams have a really good SEA Games campaign, it might encourage other teams in the SEA region to come and join this league.
Yeah. Wow, that actually opened up the perspective a little bit for me. Wonderful. Hey, that's a good idea actually. They will actually have a better look this time, like thinking like, hey, this is not just a regular tournament. It's definitely very beneficial for the development program of the national team. Wow, that's actually, man, that's a very far-sighted plan there.
But that's the purpose of this league here, is to raise the competition of women's basketball in the region here, so that maybe one day, hopefully, we can go toe-to-toe with the Japan and the Chinas in the world.
Here we go, players taking the spot on center court, ready to tip things off to kickstart the second half. Head referee passes the ball for the inbound play. Augustine will start things off for Indonesia Elite. Now Mira. A lot of speed down the back court. Dia Lestari misses the first shot of this half.
What's impressed me with the Singapore Lions is how strong the interior defense has been able to force these easy buckets for the Indonesia Elite to miss.
The intended pass for Amanda almost being picked up there by Henny Sociono, a veteran player for the Indonesia Elite team. She has been with the Surabaya Fever team for many, many years and also has been the face of the franchise. So great job there in tipping out for an inbound play here. Singapore trying to make something happen, put it in the hands of Chin Yi. Jiamin with the screen by Shemaine, traveling violation. And that's a happy call there for Henny Sociono.
Yeah, Henny Sociono forced that turnover there. But Lin Jiamin not quite having a great game here today. Has 0 points for the day and 4 turnovers already.
Henny into Augustine. Dia fires one from downtown. First three-pointer of the second half. Wow, the battle for position at the low block is definitely intense. The foul call against Indonesia Elite. Karen is being called on the foul.
Exactly. That will be her second foul of the game, and she's in disbelief right there.
Karen has been one of the most better performing Indonesia elite players. A little surprising off the play. Offensive foul call signal by the referee will be called on Shemaine C. That's the second turnover for Team Singapore Lions.
Exactly, and I was talking about this during the halftime break. The Singapore Lions will have to watch out for their turnover numbers.
Off-ball screen by Dia Lestari for Namira. Dia Lestari waves off the pass, goes a shot for her own. Karen with the spin move. Gets fouled.
Yep, Chan Chu-yin immediately raised her hands after that, apologizing for not getting the rebound there. But did we see a little bit of the cornet contest right there?
Namira. Ooh, with a good hit fake. I thought that she was going for the shot. The fake was so real. It kind of, even me at the table thought it was a shot coming in. As she drives into the basket aggressively, draws the foul. 2 quick fouls there being picked up by Team Singapore. Chu Yin will go to the bench.
Exactly, but that was a really clever play there. You know, as a head coach, you really want the players to kind of close the gap. And
drops the defender and drills the 2 there for Priscilla Karen. I think she lost her footing there. I wouldn't call it a clean ankle breaker.
But Priscilla Karen does have that shake and bake in her.
Yes, indeed. She has shown off a little footwork yesterday in her big game.
In the fourth quarter, no doubt.
Beautiful defense read there by Augustine as she goes for the laying off the right hand with the fillet.
Nice fillet there by Agustin Elia, but an unnecessary turnover once again. Too simple for Indonesia.
Back to a man-to-man defense against Singapore. Henny on loiter. Shemaine dives to the ground. 2 players on the ground. Jump ball situation. Possession back to Singapore.
Yeah, it's always 50-50 when you dive down there trying to hold on to the ball. But Shemaine C, I think average is about 5 dives per game on the floor. Shows off her hustle play.
Hey, that's an added stat into the efficiency. Hopefully will be added by FIBA. FIBA, if you're listening to this, we got to add some diving hustle points.
Yeah, we need some hustle stats.
Oh, yeah.
There's no stats to quantify the hustle element of the game.
Inbound play here for Singapore. Jie Ying back into the lineup. Loiter with the fake, with the jab step, sends the defender on skates a little bit. Augustine will reset here for Singapore. Priscilla wants the ball down the low block. Ariel with the mismatch. Namira hit fakes. In traffic, off the backboard. Gets the friendly roll to drop for 2. Namira.
First basket for Namira Ramandar, and not a bad one as well. Ariel Loiter, though, sitting on the floor, seems to have taken a blow or lost a contact lens there.
We're thankful that it's just a contact that's been knocked out from her eye socket and not a bleeding cut. So I'm sure she will be back on the floor pretty shortly once she get that sorted out. Income and immediate substitution to not delay the game to avoid the technical foul call. Singapore on the offense. Heavily defended. In traffic, hangs and fires. Can she get the offensive rebound? Yes, she did.
Yeah, you know, hustle pays off right there. The basketball gods will reward the hard-working ones. Alana Lim right there.
Inbound play here for Team Singapore. Almost lose the handle. Alana back to Jie Ying. Jie Ying tries a shot, first shot off the half court. Augustine, Dia Lestari with no hesitation. The shot was too strong. Singapore on the run, 2-on-2 situation. Resets. Wow, look at the defense there by Indonesia Elite. All by herself, Amanda couldn't convert, double bounces off the top of the backboard.
Yeah, there was an extra shooter in the corner there, but I wouldn't blame Amanda Lim for taking that shot. She's been shooting it extremely well today. 4 for 9 in that first half. And with that miss, 4 for 10.
Indonesia back onto their offensive prowess. Priscilla battling down the down block. Steps out of bounds. Possession back to Indonesia Elite once again.
Yeah, and Priscilla Karen there with the great hustle play there, forcing Edna Lim to step out of bounds. But Singapore Lions doing a good job to front Priscilla Karen in the post, forcing Indonesia Elite to look for their offense somewhere else.
Timeout being called here to stop the game clock with 6 minutes left on to play here in quarter number 3. You're joining us here at SWBO, the pre-SEA Games tune-up of the year 2023, brought to you by Mandiri Bank. Don't go anywhere as we hit you with the highlights of the previous quarter. So we're glad that Ariel Loiter is back into the lineup for Team Singapore. Everything is looking okay, so I'm expecting her to be injected back into the court pretty shortly right after this timeout.
100%. Ariel Loiter has had a decent game so far. She's been looked to for some instant offense off the bench. 6 points and 2 rebounds so far, shooting 60% from the field as well. Good performance for the young Singaporean.
That is exactly what we're looking for. Ariel, playing in the NCAA Division 1 in the States. Definitely a good addition to this little team from the Red Dot, Singapore.
Yeah, and Ariel Loiter is just 21 as well, so she's gonna be
really.
Ariel Loiter is just 21, so she's gonna be bringing her experience, that NCAA experience, to the Singapore Lions team for years to come.
Definitely, we're gonna see a lot of more of that face in the leagues to come in the Southeast Asia region. Same lineup here being put up by the Indonesia Elite team, and also a little changes here for the Singapore team as we kickstart off from the timeout. Augustine for her first 3-point attempt. Falls in the hand of Namira, resets it. Almost a little strong off that pass. Karen wanted this ball for a long time. Offensive foul call against number 10 once again in disbelief.
Now, I understand what a Priscilla Karen is feeling right there. She hasn't got the ball in the previous 2-3 possessions, and just being a little bit too aggressive there.
Hey, Amanda's not just playing on the offensive end, just sacrificing her body on the defensive end, taking that charge against a much bigger Priscilla. A lot of motion off the ball. Tries to go for a dribble. Alana dumps it off to Amanda into the hands of Edna, and she will be called against for a traveling violation.
Yeah, the Singaporean offense has kind of stalled in this third quarter. They have not scored a bucket since the halftime break. It's just about 4 minutes gone in the third.
Both teams just trying to get comfortable with their half-court offense. Henny Sociono was rejected by Chu Jie-ying right there with the reverse. Namira for 3. Too strong. Angelica corrals the rebound. Goes at Jie-ying. Passes back out to Priscilla. Swinging the ball to the left. Augustine with the fake. Namira, second try is good from downtown. Knocks it down to make that 3.
Yeah, Namira Ramanda just growing in confidence here after making that layup there.
Amanda tries to answer and draws the foul. Wow, that is not a good foul. You do not want to foul a 3-point shooter.
No, that foul is not advised there. As you can see, Coach Sophia Lin immediately subbing out all their players. But Amanda Lim will have 3 attempts, almost knocked down the shot as well on that one.
So pretty good game thus far for Amanda Lim, wearing the Singapore jersey high and proud as she go for her first free throw. Nothing but the bottom of the net. You can hear the applaud coming from the home crowd. The support for this team right here, it doesn't matter what's the score on the board, but they are never shying away from the limelight in cheering on this Lions team.
Oh, for sure. Amanda Lim knocks down 3 of 3 from the line.
Amanda goes to the bench for a well-deserved rest, and Loiter comes back into the game after being knocked out of a contact.
Oh, yeah.
Ice to Lady. Valerie finding Lady on the right side. Pick and roll action. Picks up the steal. Wonderful read there to pick up the steal. Shemaine on the ground once again, hugging the ball with dear life, not allowing a turnover to come. 2 players is on her. And an 8-second violation will call against Charmaine C.
Yeah, Charmaine C seems to love diving on the floor right there, adding to a dive total for this game. But she's got to be aware that, you know, you're in your own backcourt. The 8-second violation will still count. So you might as well stand up, try to make a play out of it, or try to throw it off a defender's foot.
Valerie. Playing with a lot of confidence today, Valerie. Lady. Finds ice on the right side for the three of her own. Knocks it down as she feels good, showing the 3 sign.
Ooh, that's nothing but net by Ice Shoyima. She hasn't gotten a lot of playing time here in the CWBL, but
I think Indonesia Elite is just still finding their way as Valerie picks up the steal as she goes in for the left-hand lay-in to score her first basket of the season, and a timeout being called here by head coach Tan Yini to stop this run by Indonesia Elite.
yeah, once again, the turnovers are the bane of this Singapore Lions team. Valerie Krishanti there getting her first points of the SWBL, and I do believe that means that every Indonesia Elite team member has scored in the SWBL so far.
Wow, that is a great feat. You know, not every team can, is able to achieve this kind of goal where every player scores on the score sheet. This is a very good play right here. You know, understanding the rules totally. Lady did not commit the foul. They're just standing around Charmaine C together with Uni Anggrani and just pointing to the referee saying, hey, it's already 5 seconds. Why are you not calling the whistle after she dived to the ground?
Oh yeah, definitely. And Singapore Lions now have to figure something out on the offensive side of the floor. Coach Tan Yini animated in her team huddle there. With the team lagging behind by 20 points now. It was such a close game in the first half, you know, within a single digit difference.
Hitting in right after this timeout, quarter number 3. So lucky number 3 and 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. A little less on the attempt here by Team Singapore compared to the first half, don't you think?
100%. I do feel that Singapore needs to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Loiter with Pauline waiting. Goes with a spin move of her own. A lot of traffic. Finding for her teammate. Almost throws the ball away. Has to be aware of the shot clock. Charmaine hoists it up for 3 and drops it with the 3-point bomb.
Yeah, great shot there by Charmaine C, knowing the shot clock was counting down, getting her first bucket of the game.
And we have come alive once again in Toa Payoh Stadium. Uni Anggrani. That is a shot that she's very comfortable at the elbow. Charmaine with the outlet pass. Finding Chu Yin. She was in foul trouble, but back on the court for Singapore. Lady with the strong aggressive hustle there to force the jump ball situation. And this time, they will get the possession back.
Yeah, they will. A great tie-up there by Lady and Ice there. Forcing Chuyin into the corner and then trapping hard.
Valerie sets it up for Indonesia Elite. Angelica fighting for position. High-low action going in for Indonesia Elite as she goes in with the left hand, draws the foul, so she will walk to the cherry stripe for a 2-shot.
Yeah, you know, Angel Kandra, really clever player right there. She knows she's got the height advantage on most of these Singapore players. The up fake has to get the player jumping there, and then she takes advantage with the step through.
First free throw is good for Angelica, so that's the first point
in the
I
game.
Believe.
Yeah, in the game for her. I do remember her knocking down free throws earlier in one of the games earlier already.
Getting a very valuable play time here for Angelica, a very young player for this national team. Never seen her play before. This is the first time as I see her debut in this season, so it's definitely an eye-opener for me to see that much height, and it's very interesting to see how Indonesia Elite is going to develop this player. Yeah, Charmaine goes to action, pulls up from mid-range, nothing. Silky, smooth with that mid-range 2-point Bernicio.
Yeah, it does seem that Bernicio starting to catch fire now a little bit here in the third quarter.
Ais have nowhere to go. Pauline thought that she had a good defensive position, but referee Ng Hua Long sees it differently, calls for a blocking foul. And team penalty, oh my goodness.
That's always a 50-50 decision, isn't it? You know, and the referees have it so tough right there. But I wouldn't want to be Ai Shoima there, bumping into Pauline Ang. She's an absolute unit on the floor for Singapore.
Ais, free throw, rims out.
Maybe still a bit shaken up from that contact.
So the 17-year-old being injected back into the lineup once again, Natanya Nicole. Second free throw. Drops for Ais. Shemaine looking up ahead. Ooh, careless mistake there by Shemaine.
And these are the unnecessary turnovers that the Singapore Lions will have to learn to cut out here in their game. Simple backcourt violation there, unforced error.
Indonesia Elite trying to make their half-court set play work here. Ais waves off the three, but knocks down that mid-range jumper with the one dribble bounce.
Yeah, she's got a good jumper on her for her being that size as well. She's going to be a great player for Indonesia.
Pauline wants the ball. Gets it at the top. Nobody to help her. Loiter comes to a save, throws it away. Valerie, she's got numbers. Goes at traffic. And a late whistle being called on Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel Loiter thought she got the block right there, but great snake dribble by Valerie Krishanti. Going back to the way, as you can see here on the replay, going hard and drawing the foul on Ariel Loiter.
It's a little unlucky with that swat, as the team captain of Singapore, Jia Min, will be injected back onto the court by head coach Tan Yi Ning. Valerie steps up to the charity stripe for her first free throw of the night.
Brian, you know, Singapore will be looking for more contribution out of their captain, Lim Jia Min. She has no points scored today and 5 turnovers already,
So the rest of the quarter here and also the next quarter is going to be redeem time for her to show off what she can do.
Exactly.
Shemaine, hounded by the defense of Indonesia Elite, almost throws the ball over. Lady almost comes up with the steal, but lost the handle there, and another turnover once again.
Yeah, and Crystal Yao had a chance, had an opportunity to save that ball from going out of bounds, but I think she didn't see that the final contact had came off Lim Jia Min.
Lady to Ais. Back to Lady. Corner, Valerie. To Angelica. Oh, putting on the move on the defender. Little oohs and ahs from the crowd. Pauline running down the low block. No pass, bounce pass, finds out the other teammate on the other side. Kicks it back out. Jiamin fires and drops it. 3-point is good.
Yeah, exactly on cue there. You know, we said she hasn't been contributing a lot. She knows it as well. And she stepped up there with a big 3-pointer.
Angelica dishes out to Ais as she steps out of bounds. So possession back to the team in red.
Yeah, and these kind of awareness, this kind of small mistakes are something that a player will learn to cut out as they get older and get more experience in the game.
2-possession game left here in this third quarter. Singapore. Jiamin. Pauline cuts in the middle. Waves it off. Right dribble. Pauline was all by herself, but no pass was intended for her, and a foul to stop the game clock.
A quick foul by Lim Jia Min there. Maybe a wise foul, but it will send Lady Callista to the line there. It will be the third foul for Captain Lim Jia Min.
Singapore in the team penalty as a Lady takes a long walk down to the cherry stripe on the other end of the court to hopefully convert on these 2 free throws. First free throws no good for Adelaide Wongso Harjo. Native player from Malang, Jawa Timur. Has been played alongside Ais for many years since high school. Second free throw goes down for Adelaide Wongso Hacho.
Lady hasn't had a lot of chances to shoot the free throw here in the SWBL.
4 players on the other side of the half court trying to break the trap. That is a questionable decision here for Singapore. 10 seconds remaining on the game clock. Has to fire with shot clock running down. Couldn't get the friendly roll to drop. Angelica Correll still defensive rebound. Valerie runs the clock out, and that will do it for quarter number 3. So we still got one more quarter to go right after this one. Score on the board is 52-32. Indonesia Elite starting to run away with this lead. So if you are Team Singapore, what kind of adjustment are you going to try and look to make heading into this final quarter, Mei?
First of all, I want to give props to Singapore Lions. They haven't stayed out of the game. You know, they're still fighting hard for this, but it's just the silly mistakes, the easy turnovers that they're gifting to this Indonesia Elite team that has extended the lead into a 20-point lead. They were keeping it close in the first half, 9 points within single digits there, but they really have to watch the turnovers. That's all I gotta say. The turnover battle is something that Singapore are fighting with themselves.
Transfer bulanan udah dicek nih.
Nenek lupa pin. Dicatat di mana ya?
Pakai Livin intip saldo, nggak perlu pin. Cepet kan?
Kok cuma transfer segini?
One final quarter to show what you are made of for Team Singapore. As the stat sheet being delivered here onto the tables that we just had. So a big thank you to the technical team for this entire tournament in support from the Singapore Basketball Association as we hit you with the stats from the previous quarter. So both teams set to get ready to finish things off here in this final stretch of this game. You're now watching with us here, Team Singapore Lions going head-to-head against Indonesia Elite with one final quarter to go.
So
Singapore will start things off with the offensive end. Shemaine hesitated with the pass, finally dumps it into the hands of Amanda. Well trapped there to stop Amanda from driving into the basket. Jiamin finds the open player to score. Elana putting in with no mistake.
what a pass there by a captain Lim Jia-min. Instead of scoring, she's trying to contribute in other ways to help her teammates.
Karen almost thought about the pass to Cheetah on the left corner. Gets the offensive rebound. This time dumps it off to Namira. Falls into the hands of Jiamin. Here comes Team Singapore. 3-on-3 transition. With the trap by Cheetah. Priscilla was right there. Shemaine on the ground once again. This time managed to pass it out. Open shot on the three. Too strong. Jiamin, offensive rebound once again. Fresh 14 seconds reset for Singapore. Shemaine. Jiamin. 3-point off her own. Same result. And defensive rebound falling to the hands of Indonesia Elite.
Yeah, Singapore Lions had 2 attempts at the three-pointers, 2 wide open attempts as well. And if they want to win the game, they got to hit down these shots.
Namira to Priscilla. That's her spot. Sweet stroke from the left elbow to convert 2.
Exactly, and Priscilla Karen showing the Singapore Lions what they should do if they're left open.
Team Singapore wants an off-ball screen here. Jiamin will cut onto the back door. Alana not getting the ball that she wants. Trying to post up Namira here as she goes to work. Sidestep, gets the foul. Couldn't get it to convert, but 2 shot is coming her way.
Yeah, and I can see why Alana Lim was inserted into this starting lineup. She knew she had the mismatch against Namira Randa and then attacked immediately, avoiding Dia Lestari with fancy footwork there, earning the 2 free throws on the foul.
Even though Alana noticed that it's a mismatch, a way bigger player that she has to defend, she had no fear. She was right there to deny the entry pass. So a great job for Namira playing with a big heart, with a much smaller size. Both free throws is good to try and claw themselves back from this grave. Augustine finds Namira on the left. Back to Augustine. Namira dumps it off to Dia. Augustine, a lot of contact, draws the foul. Shemaine C penalized with this personal foul.
And Brian, one thing I've noticed from the Singapore Lions zone defense, it's a very active zone defense. And the thing is that the players are, I feel, in my opinion, trying to do a little too much unnecessary movement there.
They got numbers on the run. Alana, 1-on-1. What a steal there by Augustine, just waiting, counted the step and went in for the poke. Chitato for 3. Falls into the hands of Namira. Dia will reset for Indonesia Elite. Chitato. Karen backs down Alana with the head fake. Right shoulder turn this time, no good. Dumps it into the hands of Shemaine, and here they come once again. Jiamin. Chu Yin dumps it off to Lana. Back to Jiamin. Jiamin, great ball movement by Singapore for 3. Yes, sir! Corner 3 is going in.
And all of that made possible by going out in transition there after the turnover by Indonesia Elite.
Augustine slows it down, try to open up the set play here. Trying to play a half-court game. They want to set things up. Dia Lestari with an answer for the 3-point of her own to say, hey, you can shoot, I can shoot it too.
Yeah, Dia Lestari has been making threes from the top of the key, but in this game, the corner seems like her best spot.
Chu Yin dumps off with a bounce pass. Jiamin, same play here for Singapore. In and out. The whole stadium was holding their breath as the rim, the ball just rolled on the rim twice around the world.
Yeah, but it was the right decision to make that extra pass right there once the defense collapsed.
If only they have started this kind of offense from the start, man, this is going to be a different outcome.
Exactly.
Augustine thought about the mid-range. Chitato cuts baseline, her mid-range, too strong. Jiamin with another defensive rebound, dumps it off. Shemaine wants to push the ball up the court. Corner, open once again. Alana this time. Karen picks up the defensive rebound. Augustine will slow things down for Indonesia Elite. They do not need to rush on this play. They got a lot of time, a lot of capital as well. Dia Lestari with a beautiful drop-off pass by Priscilla Karen to convert that too.
Yeah, great play set up by Agustin Elia there. She noticed that the Indonesian Elite team was being a little bit too fast right here. Set up that high-low action there for Priscilla Karen and Dia Lestari, and it worked wonders.
Now this is something that that is adamant with the experience of the Singapore team. This is the 3rd time I can remember that they had this inbound violation being called against them before this, with another new player. A block shot there to stop that 3 from Augustine.
Wow.
Singapore on the run with a lot of energy, momentum on their side. With the head fake, sends the defender the other way. Couldn't get it to convert. Dia Lestari picks it up.
Yeah, you remember I said earlier in the last game, shooters got to follow their shot. If the Singapore player followed her shot there, she would have gotten an offensive rebound.
Augustine with Namira on her left. Back to her again. 2-man game on the left corner. Dumps it into the low block. Chu Jae-in with the contest there to force the turnover as Dia Lestari went off balance.
Yeah, that was a great block there by Chu Jae-in as she showcases her length inside the paint there, being an interior deterrent to the Indonesia Elite.
As the referee counts the total players on the court, waves a thumbs up, and inbound Singapore are back on the offense. A lot of time on the shot clock, 18 seconds. Loiter loses the handle, dumps it off to Valerie. Dishes back out to Lady. Ice for 3 from the top of the key. Offensive rebound picked up by Indonesia Elite. Nicole, mid-range, no good, but Lady was there for the offensive rebound and put back.
Man, just in the right place in the right time there, but I was wondering where's the box out from the Singapore players.
Now the trap is kind of affecting the offense of the Singapore team right now. You see the shot being hoisted up. Everyone is ready to run, but nobody's boxing out for the rebound. Oh, and one for Aerial Loiter in traffic against a much bigger Ice Faizatul Sioma.
Yeah, that's one you want to see from your future point guard of the Singapore national team. You know, seeing that her team hasn't scored in a little bit, takes things into her own hands right there.
Drops down the free throw with clutch jeans. Ice in her veins right now for Aerial Loiter. Adelaide finds Valerie on the right. Nicole all by herself with time to aim. Couldn't get it to convert, resets it. Lady, her 3-point this time, still too strong. Ice Faizatul. A lot of contact, but no good. But she will still go to the line for 2-shot.
Yeah, and on the last 2 possessions, Singapore Lions have allowed the Indonesia Elite to crash the offensive glass hard. They're not putting a body on their opponents here, and that's causing them all to bleed all these points to their opponents.
Very calm and composed free throw made there by Ice Faizatul Sioma. Another native from Malang, Jawa Timur. So you're going to see her one more time representing that province in the next national game of Pon. Jie Ying tries to break the trap. And the ball is tipped out of bounds by Ice.
But I like the urgency of Chu Jie Ying there. She doesn't want to stay in her own backcourt, tossing the ball in front and forcing the defender to make a play.
Watch the switch defense here on Aero. You got 2, especially when the ball is in her hands. You always have someone in her face. Good hands there by the 17-year-old. Namira Valerie is defending in the face of Ice. Indonesia on the run once again, slows things down. Lady playing floor general on this play. Angelica tries to put on her move. And an offensive 3-second violation call against the young gun.
Yeah, once again, Chu Jie Ying with great defense there. She knew that Angel Kandra loves to use that up fake to get her defenders jumping in the air. Stayed on her feet, hands up. That's all you can ask for as a head coach.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Ariel wants the ball, gets it in her hand, dumps it off to Shemaine. Jie Yin wants the backdoor fake screen. Bounce pass is good, and one counted for Chu Jie Ying. What a pass by Shemaine C.
Exactly, treading the needle right there. Wow, what a small gap there to get the ball through. And Chu Jie Ying is really a solid player for Singapore.
3 defenders from the Indonesia Elite team tried to intercept that pass and couldn't believe that it actually manages to fall into the hands of Chu Jie Ying as she knocks down that free throw, making it a 3-point opportunity.
And Jie Ying really has a little bit of a quirky free throw routine right there. Almost.
Ice. Her shot misses. Offensive rebound once again for this quarter. Lady with a lot of teammates cutting into the lane. A little cramped up there. Shemaine C sets it up for Team Singapore. Ariel with no help defense this time. Fakes out all her defender and drops the mid-range. That is her zone. And a substitution will come in here for both teams to stop the game for a short while.
Final 2 minutes of the game, but Aerial Loiter doesn't care. She just wants to bring her team back into this.
Showing off her repertoire to the nation to show off what she can do for all that NCAA experience that she brings onto the table for the national team. Valerie to Ice. Ice goes baseline. Almost loses the handle. Referee points it back to the possession of Indonesia Elite.
Yeah, Ice was lucky right there. I thought that she stepped out of bounds there, but referee made the right call.
Players on the ground once again. Guess who is this? Charmaine C.
No prizes for guessing right.
Step out of bounds. Got her footing on the blue line as the referee did not miss that one. So here comes Singapore once again on the offensive end.
They've managed to cut it down to a 17-point lead right now.
A lot of time on the shot clock. Ariel trying to run the same play for her once again for Team Singapore. Jiamin. A lot of contact, but this time a foul is called against Indonesia Elite.
Yeah, and the man-on-man defense, a woman-on-woman defense for the Indonesian Elite team is just really maybe being a little bit too aggressive there when they don't really need to.
Inbound play coming in from Singapore. After that foul, 14 seconds reset. Jie Yin dumps it off to her teammate. Looking to pass. Ariel heavily defended there by Namira. Charmaine will run the clock out as another turnover will be added into the stat line for Team Singapore, and a timeout will be called here by head coach Sophia Lin. With 1 minute remaining in quarter number 4, you're now joining us here at the live stream of this final game for this Singapore series in Toa Payoh Stadium of the pre-SEA Games Tune-Up 2023 of SWBL. Hey, Coach Tan Yini briefing the players once again. I think she would be a little bit happier with the way that they're playing in the fourth quarter here.
100%. The Singapore Lions have bounced back from that almost scoreless quarter there in the third. And they are really doing well. They're trying to get themselves back into the game, but I think it just might be a little too late here in the game.
So added 1 more minute on the timeout, as the timeout being called by the other opposing team, which is the home team Singapore Lions, will add on another 1 minute on the clock before we finish things off at the final stretch of this game. Once again, we'd like to take time to thank our sponsors, Mandiri Bank, the title sponsor for this season of the SWBL 2023. So Meng, given out the performance by the Indonesia Elite, you know, your favorite player is not playing today. How about a new favorite player from today's performance?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Priscilla Karen is one of my other favorites on the floor for Indonesia Elite today. She has the shifty, like you said, a guard trapped in a big's body, and it's just so entertaining whenever she gets the ball in her hands.
Namira will inbound for Indonesia Elite with Valerie. This is a very young team here, all young. Valerie with Namira, Nicole, Angelica. The only one that's a veteran is Ice Faizato Shoma. Goes to work, right hand lay in, almost gets it to drop. Chu Jie-yin picks up the defensive rebound. Charmaine will outlet to the captain, Chu Jie-min. Ariel looks at the shot clock, tries to make something happen with the crossover, sidestep. Dishes out to Jie-yin. Jiamin back to Ariel. Her three-pointer is scored! Nothing but the bottom of the net.
You could see that when once Lim Jiamin was looking for Ariel on that possession there, she knew she was going to fire as soon as she got the ball.
Chu Jie-yin comes up with the read and picks up the steal. Ariel is waved off to the other side. And a foul call here with 1 second remaining. The crowd is definitely cheering on to this home team at this final stretch.
Yeah, but how did Amanda Lim grab that offensive rebound when there was 4 Indonesian elite players standing right there inside the paint?
It's heart over height, and that matters as she drops down her first free throw of this late stretch.
So Singapore Lions will not win the game here, but it's been a great performance. They've impressed me with their intensity today here. This Singapore Lions team really has a bright future, considering that they only train 3 times a week, and this is the kind of performance they can put out after 3 games of play in the SEA Women's Basketball League. Well, they really have, you know, once they get the resources, they're gonna really improve this team. They have a really good core as well, a young core. Chu Jie-ying, only 24 years old. You have Ariel Loiter, only 21. You have Lim Lek Kar, 19 years old, and then the combination of experienced girls as well inside there. Amanda Lim, Charmaine C, as well as Lim Jia-min.
Now with the presence of the Minister of Communication and Information, Mr. Josephine Teo, hopefully this is a much positive side that she's seeing in getting some more support from the Ministry of Sports to support the national team program in developing these very young players. So this is definitely the platform for them to show out, and definitely they have shown us a big show today in keeping ourselves at the edge of our seats.
Like Coach Tan Yini has brought out the potential of this team, and they're showing it all out there on the court right now.
1.4 seconds on the game clock. Valerie will find a shooter. Ice will fire and runs the clock out, and that will do it. Officially ends the final match of this Singapore series of the SWBL 2023. Your final score, the victory to yours truly, Indonesia Elite 63 to Singapore Lions 51. Now for the audience at home, thank you so much for joining us, but this is not the end. Please stay tuned as we gear ourselves up for the medal presentation that's about to take place here at Center Court. But before that, I want you to enjoy this highlight reel that's been put in together by our media team while broadcast for you at home as we set up center stage to take place the medal ceremony. And don't go anywhere, because very shortly we will feature to you the player of the game from the winning team, which is the Indonesia Elite. Now, if you want to guess who's the player of the game, make sure to put out a comment right now to
Ketemu lagi sama Livia. Nah, dia lagi miss banget nih sama fitur baru di Livin by Mandiri. Livin suka. Mau cek mutasi rekening, sekalian nyari destinasi keren buat healing. Abis investasi, langsung bisa beli voucher game biar mabar makin yoi. Abis top up e-wallet, bisa top up kuota streaming drakor tanpa ribet. Kelar transfer, bisa cus beli tiket konser. Dengan fitur baru, Livin Suka, kamu makin bisa suka-suka tanpa pindah aplikasi sini-situ. Livin Suka, bikin yang kamu suka jadi makin easy.
Very close, 12, 15. Josephine Teo, a big basketball fan for Singapore. She attended the practice this morning, attempted a few shots as well, made some free throws and lay in to show off her athletic side and a fun side as well. You know, not all politicians, it's all boring and office game, but definitely they can have fun as well. So thank you so much, Mrs. Josephine Teo, for supporting this event. We definitely appreciate your support for this season. Audiences, don't go anywhere, stand by, because we're about to bring the player of the game into the commentary table shortly. Have you guessed it? Who is going to be the player of the game for the Indonesia side? So if you want to put on your guess, this is the time to do so. Make sure to drop the name in the comment section below right now to make your guess. Is it going to be, I'm going to give you a little heads up. Is it going to be Augustine? Or is it going to be Adelaide Wong Soha Jo? Maybe Angelica, the young player, or maybe the player of the game from the previous match, Priscilla Karen. It's a big guess right now as she makes her way to the scores table in a short while. So don't go anywhere, and we will feature the player of the game shortly.
Let's welcome to present the awards. Let's welcome Mr. Tan Yong.
So now we will kickstart the medal ceremony for this season SWBL 2023. So the invitation of the Secretary General of, that's the President of the Basketball Association, Mr. Dr. Kun Tek Ko. So bronze medal will be awarded to the players from Malaysia Tigers. Same result, finishing off this season with one win under their belt as they pick up the bronze medal that's being hanged around their necks. Very different image here by the Harimau Malaysia team. Being a little bit more defensive-minded coming into this season compared to last season, with some players being dropped, some new players being picked up. Definitely an interesting rotation that head coach Tracy York has placed by this Malaysia Tigers team to feature in this season.
Yeah, 100%, and you know, incorporating some of the young players as well into the roster or the rotation list here. Fu Kiki has had a great game. Tan Sin Jie, you know, growing in confidence with every game she plays. And Hon Hai Wen did well today as well against the Thailand Snipers. So really impressive job by the Malaysian team and head coach Tracy York, as well as her coaching staff. Congratulations on winning the bronze medal here at the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League.
So a big clap here from the crowd to congratulate the Harimau Malaysia for winning the third place bronze medal finisher as they hoist up the A-board to show that they are the third place finisher to make it official. Your bronze winner for the SWBL 2023 Harimau Malaysia. Showing off their claws right there as the symbol of the Tigers roaring from Malaysia with the striped warm-up jersey. You can see their signature colorway, black and gold, signaling the color of royalty, and black, the symbol of power.
I want to find out where I can get some of these jerseys that these teams are wearing here today.
You need to link up with head coach Tracy York. So we're going to move forward with the next award ceremony. We'll be crowning the silver finisher of this season for the 2023. as the MC invited none other than Secretary General of Perbasi, Indonesia, Ms. Nirmala Dewi, to take her spot at center stage, escorted by the President of the Basketball Association of Singapore, Dr. Kun Teck Koh, to present the silver medal to the second place winner of this season, Indonesia Elite. Finishing off this season with 2 wins as they shoot into center court to claim their silver medals being crowned upon their necks.
It's been a great experience here watching the Indonesian elite team play. From a 0-1 start, they fight back to get back to 2-1 here in the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League Singaporean series. And despite some of the key players not playing here today, they still managed to get the win over the Singapore Lions here. So really impressive job by the Indonesian elite team.
Priscilla Karen getting her well-deserved silver medal, also player of the game with 8 points, 9 rebounds, 5 from the offensive board, and shooting 44% from the field in this game against Singapore. Just finishing up a little bit, Ayu Sriata, your favorite player, Meng, did 100%. Not play today, but definitely a very strong and solid young player to feature in the national team's uniform.
And this girl as well, Ai Shoyima, as well as Clarita Antonio. Really good players for the Indonesian team. And Coach Sophia Lin has definitely done a great job with these group of players here, including bringing in very young players here, Natanya Nicole as well as Angel Kandra.
So a medal ceremony will not be finished. Of course, the coaching staff of the Indonesia Elite will get their part in the limelight as well, as they get the silver medal being hung upon their neck. You can see the player Wulan, a legend for Indonesia basketball, is part of the coaching staff for Indonesia Elite this time, as the MC will invite the entire Indonesia Elite team to take their place on the podium together with the runner-up sign to make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, your silver medal finisher, Indonesia Elite. Once again, the big congratulations to Indonesia Elite for winning the silver medal in this season. You know, a little short off from last year's gold medal, but we have no time to cry over spilt milk, because now we are about to crown this series champion. And we invite the Minister of Communication and Information, none other than Mrs. Josephine Teo, to help us present the gold medal to the champions of this series, Sniper Elite from Thailand.
And this Sniper Thailand team has a few players coming back from injuries here, and they definitely has gotten the game time, the valuable game time that every player needs to play to their best here. So we'll be looking forward to their SEA Games performance in May here.
So Ning, playing her first season, already collected a gold medal around her neck. Great job. And she'll be happy going back representing the national team soon. Lom Dapang. Sorry, this is Shiraksa. Shiraksa has 2 medals now. She got both colors. She got silver and gold. Buapan gets awarded by Miss Josephine. Jirawan, first time as well this season. What a way to start off her debut in the SWBL. Definitely going to see a lot of action by her in the next season for sure.
And 2 very electric players coming up for the Thailand team. Pimchasita Sopian as well as Sasiporn Wong Tapa, who was the player of the game for today.
Ampawa Tuwamon. Oh, don't forget to check Ampawa's IG handle. She just did an advertisement for Icon Siam. It's really, man, just like a superstar back in her home country.
And I feel like the MVP for Sniper Thailand team, Tan Chanong Lamdakpang, she's been unstoppable here in this Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League.
Now the coaching staff of the Snipers Elite will get their gold medal as well. That is a beautiful medal. Ooh. Just look at the shine on that goal. As the head coach for the Thailand team being crowned as well. Now do understand that this is only one series this season because this is a pre-SEA Games tune-up season. It's not the entire league. It's just to gear up teams for the SEA Games that's about to happen later in this year. So definitely you'll see more action coming back in 2023 by the SWBL organizers. And now to make it official, the whole team will be invited back onto the podium to hoist up the championship trophy for this series together with Mrs. Josephine Teo to make it official, your champion for this series. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see upon your screen holding on to their gold medal, light and proud, is the Thailand Snipers, the champion of this series of the SWBL 2023 in Singapore. All smiles across the Thailand players, but we still await for the award for the most valuable player that will be announced by the MC shortly. Who's it gonna be? This is gonna be interesting because everyone played very well for the Snipers Thailand team. Most valuable player for SWBL 2023.
Who's your guess there, Brian? Do you want to take a guess?
It's gonna be hard. 10.3 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 2 steals per game, and blocks as well. Jersey number 24 is Lum Dapang. Walks away with the most valuable player award for this season. You got the right call, Ming.
Yeah, you know, definitely. Tan Chanong Lamdakpang improved leaps and bounds from that previous SEA Women's Basketball League held in 2022 there, and she deserves that MVP trophy there. Our Miss 200.
So Snipers Thailand is crowned as the queens of SWBL, but Lum Dapang is the queen of queens for this season, finishing off with the MVP title.
And a great ending to a great tournament right here. A deserved win for the Sniper Thailand team.
So one final invitation for all teams to participate in the major wide lens photo shot to symbolize the end of this series here in Singapore. So it's never an official ending without a giant group photo that will feature every single team and coaching staff. We want to have everyone squeezed in. You know, everyone has played their part. They have put in the work, sacrificed their time in order to bring together teams to showcase and to participate and make this event successful for the organizer. Now you can see the Malaysia team having a great relation with the Thailand team as well, as they share joy in hoisting the championship trophy. Maybe better luck in the next series for the Malaysian team to go for another chance to hoist that championship trophy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Malaysia can make that effort there, and with head coach Tracy York at the helm, I do believe that, you know, it's not a distant possibility. I think we might see that in the close future here. But at the end of the day, basketball is the winner here.
Also, not forgetting, we want to give a big shout out and thank you to the director of the SWBL. Is none other than Mr. Christopher Tanwijaja. He has put in so much effort and sacrifices for his team, and also his team that's behind the cameras that you do not see. So much time being spent, so much hours of hard blood and sweat to make this event successful, and for you viewers to enjoy with the comfort of your home.
Of course, also extending a thank you as well to appreciation to the Basketball Association of Singapore as well, you know, allowing us to be at this wonderful venue here at the Toa Payoh Stadium here and enjoy such a great competition between these four teams.
This is what we play for. The smile on their face worth $1,000. It doesn't. No money can buy those kind of smiles from an event like this. So that will do it, officially ending this series of the pre-SEA Games Tune-Up 2023 of the SWBL. It's me partnering up together with the best commentator in Southeast Asia, Meng. We're signing off here. Can you believe it's already 3 days just like that flying by?
No, I can't believe it. Thank you very much to all the viewers for tuning into the SWBL.
This has been an absolute pleasure to be able to be featured in this current season. We look forward to seeing you with more basketball action from the Women's League of SWBL in the next series. Most probably will be after the SEA Games, I presume.
I do believe so.
So it's right now back to regular schedule program for you. It's been a great journey. Best 3 days of my life for this entire weekend. 2 games each day just fly by so fast, just like the 24-second shot clock. So we would like to give a big thanks for the audience at home for this support. And it's me, Brian, and
Meng on the mic here, signing off now. You've been watching the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League.
Mic drop.